Welcome to Colombia! Today, professional tour here in Cartagena. Welcome, wonderful people all over the world. My name is Frank. I'm Swiss. I came to Colombia in 2015 and I run a travel agency in Bogota for foreigners wanting to travel all around Colombia. Today I present you Néstor.
Hey, hello, how are you everybody? It's very nice to have you here in Cartagena de Indias, and I'm very pleased to be here in Colombiafrank, man. Welcome to Colombia!
So you see, Néstor, he's a professional guide here in Cartagena. We'll have a little tour. And just before starting a tour, if you want to book a tour with Néstor directly, we will put his phone number and his email address, everything you need about his information down in the description section, so you can contact him directly. And anyway, if you're going to book a tour with me all around Colombia, we can include him here in Cartagena anyway. So my observation in the last couple of days was there is tourism, but it's 95% national tourism. Many hotels are currently competing in prices, so that means people are coming, but there is no much consumption. The boutique and luxury hotels are quite empty. They have occupation between 10 and 30%. If you want to come to Cartagena right now, you will face some good offers, good prices, and there are not many foreigners. And you will have the city almost to yourself. So Cartagena is ready to receive you from all over the world. And I think it's a good moment to start traveling. What can you tell us about the current situation here in Cartagena?
Well, we're coping with it a little bit. You know, everybody, all the world has had a pandemic, so all the world has had the same situation as Cartagena has had it. But we're going up again. I feel that tourism is coming back, and I feel day by day the hotels are getting more bookings, and we all are waiting all the tourists from the world to come over here to Cartagena and enjoy our beautiful city.
What I also saw, not everything is open, but I would say 80% at least is open in terms of restaurants, hotels, coffee shops, and different as we can see it in Bogota. In Bogota, you walk in the historic part and you see the buildings are for sale, to rent. Here only few buildings, just a little. It looks like the pandemic didn't hurt Cartagena as hard as other parts.
Well, yes and no, but there are many offices and many restaurants that closed over here, and many hotels that shut their doors completely. And hopefully some of the restaurants and stores will open back again, but some of the rentals, they just gave back the rentals away because they were way expensive. You know, there's a very expensive real estate here into the walled city of Cartagena de Indias, and some people prefer to give away their rental leases, so give it away till expecting new and good times.
So this is the clock tower. This is the main entrance to the historic part of Cartagena. We will now walk through the entrance door and we'll show you a couple of the most emblematic sites you actually should visit when coming to Cartagena.
Since 1631 is the door of the city, when the walls were finally closed. Remember, they built the walls over here to enclose the city because the pirates attacks, like the one from Francis Drake in 1586.
So, let's come with us.
Hey, come on, into the walls of the city. We are right now at the Plaza de los Coches, and yes, it's time for the bells to ring because you are over here. And he's the guy Pedro de Heredia. He founded the city June the 1st, 1533, as you can see that guy over here. And he came over here with India Catalina. India Catalina was an indigenous that they found over here in their first coming over here when they came over here in 1501 at first, and then they came in 1509. They kidnapped this girl, and she served as a translator for the Spanish conquistadores. We're right now at La Plaza de los Coches. It's also known as La Plaza de los Esclavos, so we're going to be walking. Let's go on walking.
Okay.
So let's go with Frank over here at the Portal de los Dulces. Hola, ¿qué tal? So here at the Portal de los Dulces, people have been selling lottery, they have been selling magazines and everything. And they have been selling like these cocadas, all these sweet treats and everything. You see over here like all these Cartagenero sweet treats. And they started selling all these sweet treats like the cocadas. I'm not a sweet guy. Are you a sweet guy?
I have no sweet tooth at all. I love meat and salty stuff. I'm not too much into sweet things.
Okay, but there's many people that like sweet treats. And look at this. These are cocadas, cocada de piña, cocada blanca, cocada de panela. All of these sweet treats, you can find them here at the Portal de los Dulces. And they sell these Cartagenero treats since the 19th century over here.
I actually tried some of this, and for somebody who's not too much into sweets, I thought I had pure sugar in my mouth. But you should try it. It's worth a shot.
And I don't do it because I'm gordo. I'm a fat boy, you know. Let's go. We're entering right now where the gold was set up. This is the Plaza de la Aduana. But you know, also, besides gold, they have many things that were introduced here and exported from here. So look at this beautiful plaza. Over there you're seeing one of the big houses of Cartagena. It's now the Sena. It was the house of a Marqués, the Marqués de Premio Real.
Uh-huh.
And now we are going to look over here. This is the Plaza de la Aduana. You can imagine this plaza in those times. You see there, that's the mayor's office of Cartagena, the building of the mayor's office of Cartagena. But actually, it was La Casa Real, the royal house. It was the royal accounting house. That was where the king of Spain counted the money. So from here went out gold, emeralds, and the silver was stationed out there because they brought the silver from Peru. But also from this plaza, many produce came out from here and conquered the world. One of them is very important for the whole planet. Can you imagine which one?
No idea.
The potatoes. This is the port
Wow.
where the potatoes went out to the whole world.
Interesting.
Yeah. You know why? Because they put the potatoes into the ships, and they wanted to save some food to take for the journey.
Uh-huh.
And the potatoes were perfect because they lasted for 2 or 3 months or 4 months.
Okay.
So they didn't have to conserve them or preserve them or whatever. So they started taking out the potatoes first to the Islas Canarias, where they started to grow them up. And then they conquered Spain, and then the rest is history. See that little door over there? Well, the people are expecting something from the mayor's office. I don't know, they're doing some kind. But you see that door over there?
Yeah.
At the end of the door, the ships stay there, stationed there, and they open their mouths, and this is the door where everything entered or go out.
Ah, okay.
So the ships open their mouths, or their bellies.
There's a direct access.
And you have a direct access to the ships. So let's go on walking. How do you feel walking in Cartagena? It's a little bit hot sometimes, but it's okay. You can go. You understand in Cartagena one thing. You see here the sun and here the shadow. So you do like the Colombianos say, por la sombrita, by the shadow.
Oh yeah. The difference in temperature between sun and shadow is 10 degrees Celsius.
So you remember, when you come to Colombia and you are in a hot place or a very hot temperature place, you go and look for la sombrita. That is the shadow. Okay, Colombiafrank, you believe in miracles?
I believe in miracles because in Colombia, miracles happen every day.
What miracle had happened to you in Colombia? Like the love of your life?
No, the love of my life is my company.
I'm telling you about miracles because this plaza is very special. And that church you have in there in front of you, it is very special also. Why? Because it's the church of San Pedro Claver. And he is known to be as the slave of the slaves. He promised to the Lord to be the savior of the black people that came over here enslaved from Africa. So he served them since 1606 when he took the votes and till when he was dead in 1654. But he was really a saint. You know, I tell people, if St. Peter Claver would be born like in the 20th century or even the 19th century maybe, but in the 20th century, he would be as famous as Mandela or as Mother Teresa or Martin Luther King. San Pedro Claver. Make sure you come over here to this church over here in Cartagena, San Pedro Claver. Let's go on walking by this beautiful city.
So that's the most important church actually that we can find in the city.
Well, there are two very important churches, but yes, when the Pope comes over here to Cartagena, he comes, there have been two popes over here in Cartagena, okay? Juan Pablo II and Francisco, and Francis, the actual Pope. They came to two churches, the cathedral and to this one, because this is the sanctuary of San Pedro Claver.
Okay.
Here the Pope, Francis, gave the Angelus. So you can imagine how important is the church for the
yeah, of course.
Catholic Church. So here we are. This is a sculpture of St. Peter Claver. And this is made by Enrique Grau, one of the preeminent sculptors of the city of Cartagena. So you see there, you see the rings that the slave has in his hands, and he really was a loving and caring kind of man. He cared of them very much. You know, Africans came over here, enslaved Africans came over here, and they thought they were going to be eaten. Now we're getting into one of the strongholds of Cartagena. More than a walled city, Cartagena is a stronghold city. So you can here find like many bastions and many stronghold places where they can direct the defense of the city. As I told you before, Cartagena was very important because all the gold was here. All the gold from Colombia, Venezuela, what is today Colombia, Venezuela, and Ecuador, was collected and brought over here to Cartagena so they could take it back to Spain. That is a tendal. That is where they used to put the troops and all the ammunition, just not to get burned, so the ammunition didn't get like creeping hot,
Yeah.
like we are right now. Look at this beautiful wall. Look this.
This is coral, no?
Yeah, this is coral and alkaline, and this is one of the secrets of Cartagena. Why? Because Cartagena, besides it having all the security it had in the bay, it had these rocks very near. After a big burning that it was in the city, that occurred in the city in the 1580s, in the 1580s, around 1560s, there was a big fire here in Cartagena, so they decided to build everything in stone. And they had all these rock, this coralline rock, these corals, and also this calcareous rock over here that you could find very, very near to Cartagena. And it was an advantage because not all the cities in the world have rocks nearby to build fortification. You can ask the Egyptians that they had to take all the rock from far away to build the pyramids. Garcia Marquez came over here in April, at the end of April 1948. So he came over here to study at the Universidad de Cartagena. And the first night he spent it over there. That is the Hotel Santa Teresa right now. They're rebuilding it, they're refurbishing for the season that is coming. And, but in those times, those were the installations of the secret police of Colombia. And he was like violating the curfew. And so he stayed a night over there. The first night in Cartagena of Gabriel Garcia Marquez, he spent it at that beautiful hotel you have in front. And that is the Museo Naval del Caribe. That, at any time we should go in. It is a very good one.
So that place is very famous because there's, in the afternoon and the evening, there's a big restaurant here. It's great with views all over.
Yeah, there are restaurants over here, and you can see there Boca Grande in my back, and you can see all the walls of Cartagena with the beautiful Caribbean Sea in front of you. This is a wonderful city, Frank.
So this was just a part of the tour you can have here in Cartagena. The city is not super big, but it's a little bigger than we showed it here on the tour. And the city is ready. Cartagena, the people, they're all ready to receive you back again in Cartagena. And you know, always when I come back to Cartagena, I'm amazed again how beautiful this city is. And it will be even better because now some places are being renovated. So they're really preparing the city for you guys. And buy your ticket, come here. Then you have Nestor's contact details down in the description sections. You can contact him if you want to have a professional tour. Also in the description section you will find the link to our Cartagena travel guide with all the information you can imagine and more videos about Cartagena. And what should we say?
Okay, no, yeah, we should say you should come over here to Cartagena, and we love you all and expecting to have you here. Greetings from Colombia.
So I hope to see you back soon here on my channel, or even better, here in Colombia. All the best from Cartagena. Bye bye.